Hey there, this is Jocelyn Panetta, the founder of the Scholarship System, and welcome to this week's talk. We're going to start a series called Paying for College. So this is part one of paying for college, and what I want to talk about today is how to decrease the amount of money you need. So a lot of you probably know that I'm pretty passionate about securing debt-free money to pay for college. But while it's great to get free money for college and, cover the bill, what about the other end where you can actually just decrease the amount of money that you even need? So if you can do both of these in conjunction with each other, then you absolutely are increasing your chances of graduating completely debt-free and having all the opportunities that me as well as thousands of others have had because we managed to do just that. So today we're going to talk about, in part one, we're going to talk about ways to decrease your tuition bill. Now, as a high school student, you have a few options. So the first I want to talk about is signing up for those AP, IB, the International Baccalaureate, or even the dual credit courses. So all three of these options are just classes that you take while you're in high school, but yet you get college credit for them. So this is a great way to free up an entire semester of time, whether you want to fill it in with a double major or a minor, or you can even graduate early. Now, some students might not want to do that, but some students who really want to just cut down their tuition bill and make sure that they're not graduating in a bunch of debt, maybe that's a good option. So taking those AP, IB, and dual enrollment classes give you that flexibility and that freedom to where you can choose either to graduate early or to fill it in with something else. But either way, that is a much more affordable option to get college credit, and sometimes it's even free. Most high schools, a lot of high schools, will cover the fee for taking the exams for the AP and IB classes, or even the fee for your dual enrollment classes. So those three options while you're in high school are fantastic ways to get college credit and cut down your tuition bill when you get to college. Now, the second way that you can decrease your tuition bill is by possibly staying in state. But I do want to say, what if that's not always the cheapest way? So what I mean here when I say that is that don't just take it for granted. Don't just assume that maybe staying in state is the best option. You might be able to find a college that is out of state, but they would give you in-state tuition that might end up cheaper. Or maybe even there's different states where their out-of-state tuition is less than what you'd have to pay if you stayed where you live. So this is very common in the Northeast where college prices are a lot higher. There are so many Northeastern students that go down south for school, and I think this is one of the major reasons. So that said, I think there's always the big push to stay in state to make your college more affordable, which in many cases that works. But I do want to just say here, don't just assume that that's the best case, and kind of shop around because you might be surprised at what you find. You might be able to go down to amazing South Carolina, where I live, beautiful weather, beaches and all that stuff, and save some money. So just look around is really the second tip. So the first one is taking those AP, IB, and dual enrollment classes. The second one is to just not assume that in your state is the best option. And then for the last one, I want to talk about one more set of tests that can help you get college credit. And this is actually for when you get to college, and they're called Clep Exams. So when you get to college, if you think that you are a whiz at English or a whiz at statistics, and you want to make sure that your college will accept it, then you can take a Clep exam rather than having to take the actual class. So you can get a prep book where you can go through it, learn the materials, and you just take an exam to place out of that class. So again, this comes down to decreasing the number of classes that you have to even take at college, or freeing up the time for maybe a class that you need for something else. So those are just three quick options on how to reduce your tuition bill. Next time, we are going to talk about more ways to do that. And so make sure that you hit the button below, subscribe to our channel, because we're going to be putting out tons of helpful information as far as paying for college, securing scholarships, and ultimately graduating debt-free, which is of course our goal. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time.